I've heard weird shit like this before. Let me let
Okay.
me emphasize, this is weird shit. This was audio ketamine.
And then, of course, the hack music critics out there. God dang it, man! Give me a
Oh,
break, guys.
yeah,
Was there no other alternative band that released a fucking album that year? This is like the epitome of different for the sake of being different. There is no intention of good music on this album. Wowie wow. Look at the hair. That's El Blasto. This is the full
wee!
album challenge, episode siete. Set for you
Yeah.
in French, and 7 if you speak in English. I'm your host, Chili Burns. That is your host, El Blasto. Say what up.
Hey, what's up? And contrary to popular belief from episode 6, which is 6 in America,
Fixed.
I do not mainline ketamine. I kind of looked like I did on the girls' ladies' night episode. Going over it, I was just like, wow, look at how fucking tired, and I just felt like shit.
Did you? I didn't
I
notice.
swear to God, yeah, I wasn't feeling very good. I had bags under my eyes, and I was just kind of slow, and I was just like going through the transcript of it, and I was just like, man,
Yeah.
wake up.
One of us put a little wig up.
Um, yeah.
What's the kids on the table? Yeah.
Here we go, create
Maybe
a table.
you're still recovering from the nausea that Sid Barrett caused you, I think. May he rest in
I think
peace.
so, and everybody watch
Brutal.
episode 5 because that was a really good one. Because yes, Pink Floyd literally made me sick. So what we do here is we challenge ourselves to listen to things that we would never normally do, and if we have the willpower, which this is God tier willpower, sometimes if we get through it, we pass. And if we don't get through it, we fail. And then we should spend 2 minutes in the box, by yourself, and you feel shame, and then you get free. And so
So saith
that's what we
Denis
do.
Lemieux.
That's what we do here. We're changing up the, what do you call it, the template a little bit. We're just going to do one album today.
Yeah, I'll make it a little more
So,
digestible for you people.
yeah, you
Which I'm
people.
one of you people too, who can't sit through like an hour and a half of anything because you're busy, you're working, and it's easier for us too. So we're gonna crank out more, but they're gonna be shorter. One album at a time.
Yeah,
So the other thing about what we do with the albums, it can't just be like an album sucks. Like, don't send us something although this week I think we might have been we might have been tricked into this one. We've been bamboozled. But anyway, it can't just be an album it has to be something that was critically acclaimed or by a huge band. Like, for instance, we did last episode 5. We did 2 episodes ago. We did bands before they had their popular singer, things like that. So bands that are critically acclaimed enough to where a lot of people bought the album. I think we said a few episodes ago too, like anything under gold in sales, which I think is 100,000 album sales. Anything under
yeah,
that is kind of like it might as well not exist. So we're not going to do any albums that people have never heard of, and we're not going to do
right.
any bands people have never heard of. It's going to be all stuff you heard of, where you think, man, I don't know if I can get through a whole album of that. And we've teased a few. In fact, we've painted ourselves into a corner with a few that we haven't done yet. Like Meatloaf, "Bad Out of Hell" is still looming in the background, dude. And I'm not looking forward
Oh,
to that
please
day.
no.
It's coming. It's coming because that was a huge hit. What was the other one we talked about? There was there's a bunch of bands. Like, we keep bringing up.
Oh, like Dream Theater
Yeah,
or,
Dream Theater's one. Steely Dan's another one. Yeah, there's a bunch. So anyway, we won't go into that now, but that's the theme of the thing, is to see if we can get through a whole album by whoever. And it has to be somebody that is known, or an album that is well known. Because
yes.
a
And
lot of stuff. So we did Taylor Swift a few episodes ago. One of us got through it, one of us did not, and probably not the way you thought it would happen.
right.
Anyway,
Yeah,
so
and shout out to Gilbert for this week's.
yeah,
We listen to every suggestion that we get, and we decided to go forward with this with a huge band in the alternative scene,
yep, I would say so.
Radiohead.
Go ahead.
Yes. So a little context here is that Radiohead is musically acclaimed and Grammy nominated and winning
Winning, yeah.
quite a bit. So they had to have something, right? And so I
They're
was,
the ones who made the song "Creep." I'm a
yeah,
creep, and then with big.
cha-ching,
Yeah, everyone knows
cha-ching.
that song. That's like the
Yeah.
One song
Everybody
that
knows that.
everybody knows and everyone tries to cover, and whatever. They wrote that song. That's theirs.
Yeah, I'm a creep, but we went for Kid A.
Yes, very critically won a fucking Grammy with this album. They won a
Right.
Grammy for best alternative album of the year in whatever fucking year this came out, 2000 something. Yeah, lead singer named by the name Tom York, Yorke, Tom York,
Yes.
Tonyyorke, Tom York. Thanks, Tom York, for your contribution to alternative music. Now we're going to pick it apart a little bit.
Trom Drangus, lead singer of Radiohead.
Radiohead.
Yeah, Radiohead. So I guess I'll. You want to start this one? Or you want me to start this piece of shit?
Well, I think you have to now. You just got to let the proverbial cat out of the proverbial bag that it was
Okay,
in. Oh, go ahead.
so listen to this, and I think we should just do this right away when we start to talk about it. Is whether we passed or failed. I passed,
Wow. Had a
and
fucking boy. God
yeah,
damn, really?
yeah, I did pass because it was
Gilbert
well, I
owes you
was
whatever beverage. Gilbert owes you whatever you fucking want in this world. Gilbert owes you beverage, food, sex toys, uh,
he did take me out
vehicle
to
maintenance, whatever.
he took me out to breakfast last Christmas when I was there, so I kind of
Oh,
owe
that's good.
him.
Oh,
And
okay.
it didn't take a whole lot of willpower on my part because I've heard weird shit like this before. Let me let
Okay.
me emphasize this is weird shit. Was like this was audio ketamine.
Ketamine mentioned twice in the same episode.
Yeah,
Audio ketamine. It's
this is
perfect.
audio ketamine. I mean, can you imagine if they were just suddenly announced that on the 25-year anniversary of this thing that they're like, we're playing Wembley Stadium because we're Radiohead and everybody loves us for some reason, but we're gonna play Kid A from beginning to end in its entirety. It's just like
Can
so
I just
then
call in the napalm strike now?
yeah, I was like, so
Fuck.
where's the Valium kiosk? Because I need to be on the same level as
Yeah,
this
yeah,
shit. Holy crap.
yeah.
It was
I
like,
either need a giant bag of Coke or all the ketamine you can throw my way. I need to be either light years ahead of him to where I don't fucking care, or I need to be on the same level to comprehend anything that he's
I
singing.
think I think it's a
Oh god.
handful of downers would put you on the same level as this album because it was so slow and just atmospherically weird. And I'll tell you one thing that I absolutely fucking hate. I seethe with hatred when some band gets a fucking saxophone player and just says, just don't play any notes that match
Oh my
with
god.
us. Make
Yep.
sure that it sounds like cats fucking, you know? And they'd probably have more melody than that shit. But they just had this fucking saxophone player
Uh-huh.
that was just like blasting out notes and just like none of them. It was just like, oh God, we've gone into the avant-garde
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
bullshit that I absolutely hate. And it was just like so that pissed me off. And that was starting where I was like, I don't
And I
know
will
if I'm
say
gonna
too
make it.
that I took the same fucking note, not word for word. That was song 3 called the
Oh,
national
song three.
anthem.
Okay.
And I took a note, not to spoil it, but sax solo, same note back and forth between two octaves. That's all it was. And then horn noise.
Yes.
Trumpets showed up, trombones showed up, the sax kept going, and it was just noise. It wasn't like jazz, like acid jazz fusion stuff. It was just fucking noise. And it was
Yes.
intentional. And it's not art. I'm sorry. Go ahead. You were
But
saying?
that's where their angle is that this is our music is art, and at this point I don't know what place it fell in the discography of Radiohead, but obviously they were given creative freedom to do whatever the fuck they want. And obviously, it was like a whole year of nothing but gray skies. And, the tea was always lukewarm and the crumpets were dry. And
Yep.
god damn, everybody was sad. So,
Maybe she'll invite us over for tea and strumpets.
yeah, tea and strumpets. But it just dragged on and it went on. But I was streaming my game and I was just listening to it. And I
Uh,
actually didn't listen to it with these headphones on for the rare occurrence that I get physically sick from it, like Pink Floyd, Piper at the Gates of Crap.
yep. Yeah, I was fully expecting a report of further nausea when we got into this
Yeah, it
episode.
it didn't quite do that. It was just boring, and it kind of sounded like it all just kind of blended together, not that it flowed together.
No, no. Certainly not a theme album, at least if it was, I didn't get it. But yeah,
No,
it just kind of was monotonous and it was all so slow and drawn out. Unnecessarily so, I might say, too.
I totally agree. It was boring as shit. And if that's, what we want to call alternative,
Yeah.
then I don't want to listen to alternative anymore because it's just like
Yeah.
I could do this in my bedroom. Like I could hook up some recording software and just be like, ah, and
Buy a saxophone and learn how to play 2 fucking notes.
yeah, I gotta throw that in there with a cheap microphone that's wired through a potato, and just give it the gas, when I
Yeah.
when I
Yeah,
get
let
on
her
the
fucking
horn,
rip, man.
and it was just yeah, I don't even know what to say. And I'm not sure, Gilbert, if you really like this, if you're listening to this, I know you will.
Yeah.
If you really like it, that's great. I don't know what state you're supposed to be in to listen to this kind of stuff. Because would I party to this? No.
No, you'd fall asleep.
Yeah. Like I couldn't imagine a party that was like we're listening to Kid A tonight. This is like what is there supposed to be pillows all over the floor and like a
Yeah.
hookah? I don't
Fucking bourbon
yeah,
or
yeah,
beer.
yeah, maybe this
Fuck.
is a mass unaliving
Yeah.
like Dr.
Yeah.
But so
Well,
that's kind of what I got from it. What'd you get from it?
man, yeah. Gilbert. So I'm gonna preface this by saying, like I always say, man, people, fans of the show, people out there, people who hate us, people who like whatever the fuck you want. If you this
Oh
is your
yeah.
thing, like that's fine with me. I don't have to like it. Blaster doesn't have to like it. You don't have to like what we like. Like what you want. Music is subjective. But son of a bitch, I gonged this as hard as I could fucking gong it. And I gave it the good college try, man. I got through, what, 6 songs? Until I finally went, on the 6th song, let me make sure. I got notes like always. As proof, you fuckers. Yep. Case dismissed. I got through 6. I got into the 6th song and I hit the fucking gong. Hey, that rhymed. Take that.
Yeah.
Take that, Tom York, you fuck. And I even take that, Violent Femmes. I rhymed too
Oh,
with
there
a
we go.
shoe.
There we
And
go. The violent femmes have been mentioned in this
yeah,
episode.
yeah.
This is a running thing, man. They're never gonna live that down because they suck.
No, because they sure know how to rhyme words with rhyme and time and hey, well, fuck those. So, but check this out, man. Gilbert, I did you a solid. Okay, I listened as far as I fucking could in Kid A, and when I hit the gong, I go, okay, let me listen to. I know that was like their experimental. Let's play with all the recording studio gear that we've never touched before. Let's try. Let's do all the things
Yes.
we thought, and maybe we should try that. And it didn't fucking work, guys. So I went back and I said, okay, let's find a real album by then. I've already listened to Pablo Honey before, and I got through it. I didn't enjoy it particularly, but not my cup of tea. But I got through it, so it was okay. I went back and listened to. I tried to go through OK Computer because that won a fucking Grammy too, and now it was kind of soiled by the memory of Kid A.
Yeah.
But I think it was better than Kid A, but I still only got through. I had to gong it in the 4th song. And I'm not even
Oh,
going to that. I won't even go into that album because that's not what we're here to review or talk
so it
about.
sucks. It just
It
sucks.
it sucks. Yeah, it sucks. It's the biggest thing I have is some of the lyrics, like you mentioned, are so dumb. Like I actually took notes like fucking shut up, Sid Barrett. I've already heard your shit. And
Yeah.
oh, it's Tom York? Fuck you. Like, I don't need that makes sense, dude. Makes your symbolism is lost because it doesn't make because it doesn't connect. Okay. I'm not gonna accuse myself of not understanding it. I'm gonna accuse you of not explaining it well. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
That's so I wrote down "Shut up, Sid Barrett" on the first 2 tracks, and then it's like the 3rd one I got like, or one of the tracks I thought, man, that's actually some of the lyrics I got, but I had to read them. I was on Spotify. I had to fucking read the lyrics because he sings like this, and fuck, dude. I need you to back away from the Quaaludes, and I need you to get get Tom York a cup of coffee, stat, and a fucking
Right.
rail right
Yes.
fucking, because there are a
Yes.
couple songs that had like 10 lines of lyrics written to them. But the song was like 5 minutes fucking long. Dude, I can picture a director out in the back, like, we're not ready to go to commercial yet. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Fuck you. Back away from the microphone. Just make it a minute and a half song. That's fine.
Yeah, Tom York needs some straight up J Dubs dumpster drips
Yeah.
going down his fucking sinuses, and then fucking
Yep.
whoa!
A
Let's make a
massive hot rail
rockabilly
run.
album.
Yeah, right. Yeah, let's ride a 10-foot bike. Anyway, that's too obscure. Sorry, fans. You know who you are, though. Shout out to the Blackwater Cafe. Anyway,
Yeah,
I listened to as much as I could, and that song you're talking about with the saxophone thing, it was just, the solo was only a couple bars long, where it was going the same note, just different octave over and over and over. And I thought, come on. And then it was just horn noise. Trombone showed up. It's like somebody dropped, like somebody took a brass section up in a skydiving airplane and dropped them out with no parachutes. But you got to play your trumpet the whole way down, or your trombone, or your fucking tuba, whatever the fuck you have.
yeah,
You
and
got to
you won't
play
die.
and then dead. It's like, it was just so awful.
We lied.
And I said, in general, Gilbert, I'm sorry, kind of. But this is different. This is like the epitome of different for the sake of being different. There is no intention of good music on this album. It is intentionally done to be different, only for being different, and to, like, I always wanted to try this. Let's try it on this one. Just want to try this. You know what? Let's make the whole album of, I wanted to try this. Every song is, I wanted to try this. And then
Yeah,
his
and
fucking lyrics.
with Tom Yorkis, he Trom, his slow eye constantly was looking at this dusty ass organ in the corner of the fucking recording studio, and he was just like,
Yeah.
oh, it'd be really cool if we could just use that in like 6 songs out of a fucking album, and I could hear that, like this organ sound, and I was like, that had to be some crusty relic that
Yeah.
was in the recording studio, and like, why the fuck
Yeah.
doesn't
Yeah.
anybody use it? Let's use it. Let's do it.
Yeah, the
You
guys are
know?
like, hey, babe, we haven't used that organ in like that. I think Elton John brought that in 1973. If you want to use, hey, you're the Kings, babe. You want to use it? You want to plug it in? See if it works. Works. And I think then Tom York said, but I only want to use every fifth key on the keyboard. Oh, the other ones are off limits.
Yes, that was a
And I want to
rule.
sing as slowly as I can. I want to test that too. I want to write a song with 10 lines, but it has to be at least 5 minutes long. Can you
Yep.
please give me the ketamine and the quaaludes? Thank you.
Yes.
And then he got to fucking work. Made a real fucking banger of an album. So
Oh, it was a banger.
I just don't think there's any intention. And then of course the hack music critics out there. God dang it, man. Give me a break, guys.
Yeah,
Was there no other alternative band that released a fucking album that year?
they
God,
were they were fawning over this shit. I remember when it came out,
so
and
pretentious.
yeah, it was like the coffee shop fucking hipsters.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
Oh
the
yeah,
guy
for
that's
sure.
been writing the same book for 4 years and he hasn't even got one chapter done, but he loves to fucking talk
Yeah.
about how
Only thing
awesome it's
done
going to be.
in the book is his buddy's prologue for it.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And then if you mention music, you just climbed up the wrong fucking tree, buddy,
Yep.
because
Man.
that guy is going to give you a shellacking on how
Yep.
cool this fucking like obscure bullshit can be
Yeah.
for whatever reason. But like I said, it's if the concert has a Valium kiosk, then I think that it would be, I think it would be
Yeah.
doable. It's like, give me 3 blues, please.
Yeah, yeah. The Valium kiosk and the ketamine tent.
Yeah, the ketamine
And and just a guy walking around selling like black market quaaludes.
ketamine tent.
Yeah. Yeah, the guy with the sage torch with the fucking hemp bag full of fucking quaaludes.
Yeah,
Selling them one at a
yeah.
time.
Big shiny yellow Pac-Man pills that, finally just drive your mental stability down into the sewer, and then you're
Oh
just
my
like,
god.
this makes so much sense
Yeah,
now.
now I get it.
Wow.
Our podcast
What
just
magic.
added. I just added an extra 4 minutes to our podcast talking about that.
Just
About us.
acting like Trom Yorkus.
Yeah, so I had a positive message out of this. I always try to bring something positive.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. No, not about the album.
Oh, okay.
The album is,
Damn.
in fact, I did say I had a line here that the best you can is good enough, ironic lyric in their sixth song called Optimistic. If
Oh,
this is your best, you just robbed thousands of people who bought this fucking coaster because
yeah.
CDs
Place
used to be
beer
coasters.
here.
Yes. So, but my positive message for this is again, man, I'm not trying to beat up the violent femmes unnecessarily, but this is another example of this is not just a successful album, kids. This won a fucking Grammy. So if you're in your basement or your bedroom and you're recording music and you think, man, we're not that good, keep at it. Because if these guys made it, and not just made it to where they got a recording deal, made a few bucks, they won a fucking Grammy with this. They won a
Yeah.
Grammy.
Yeah.
Just put your music out there. There's somebody there that's gonna listen to it. Somebody out there is gonna listen. We'll give you Gilbert's email. You send it to Gilbert directly. No, I'm just kidding.
No.
But that's the only real because not only that, 172 million people listened to that one song called How to Disappear Completely, which I also said wishful thinking. I wish they kind of would disappear completely, but that's the name of the song. Anyway, Tom York, I know you're not the only guy in the band, but son of a bitch, feel free to enunciate a few words and speak them a little more quickly. Okay? Just that's my recommendation to you. Then you got the Grammys, I don't. So fucking do what you want. But that would make it a lot more listenable to me. I'd rather have a 2.5 minute punk song with you speaking clearly and a little more, a little quicker if you could.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's nice. So I failed. I totally failed the album. Totally failed.
Yeah. It.
Tried.
I can see why, and I don't know if this was a challenge in the traditional sense of what we do, or if you like
Gilbert
this.
fucked us.
Yeah, Gilbert. If Gilbert, if you really like this, then I guess that's great. You like art
Yeah.
rock, but
Either way,
not
Gilbert, I
my cup of
respect
tea.
you. If you did it to fuck us, I think it's funny. If you did it
Oh
because you
yeah.
like this album, that's fine with me too. Like what you want, Gilbert. I could send you some shit that I love you. I'm like, Gilbert, I need you to go listen to Demolition Hammer right now, today.
Yes, stat.
Yeah.
Stat.
Anyway, all right, that's what we did with the Radiohead Kid A. You made it through thanks to your gaming distractions. I
Yep.
didn't get past through. I made it through 5.5 songs, and I even tried OK Computer, and I failed at that too because it was just maybe it was too much in one day. Like how much Valium can you take in a day, But
Yep. Yeah.
didn't work.
I've
Didn't work.
I've done that challenge too. I just didn't make music
Yeah, yeah.
because I didn't think that anybody would like it.
Right.
But anyways, so
So
that's that.
what do we got next? So next episode we're doing one album. We had a tough time deciding. If you guys want to check out our decision making process, or as the corporate hacks of the corporate world would say, our decisioning process. And if
God.
you're the type of person that says decisioning, you need to fucking stop that shit right now because you're annoying everyone in your workplace. Everyone.
Is that your ask?
Action
God, I
item.
hate
It's my
that
ask.
jargon.
Yeah. So our decisioning process
Hmm.
brought us to we were choosing between Van Halen 3, because I don't think you guys know this. Some of you do. David Lee Roth, first lead singer. Sammy Hagar, second lead singer. Did you know they brought in Gary Sharon, the singer for Extreme, for Van Halen 3? There's a third singer that sang for Van Halen. One album.
Third singer.
And we're not doing that album because we found somebody even worse, even more challenging for us. Motley Crue. Did you know there's an album that is an eponymous? Is that what it is? Eponymous album, a self-titled album called Motley Crue, came out in 1994. Vince Neil did not grace us with his presence and his vocals, his shrill,
No.
out of tune, aged vocals. Although 94 is probably still okay. But there's a guy named John Corabi who's the vocalist for Motley Crue on this album, I think in 94 as well. For self-titled album Motley Crue by Motley Crue, John Corabi on vocals. That's our next challenge, and that's gonna be fucking brutal because I've listened to a real like a diehard Crue fan, and he even thought, man, that guy fucking sucks.
Yeah, and I'm not much of a Motley Crue fan myself. I think they're pretentious and pompous. And so I know from reading articles, back when there was actual magazines on the racks that you could buy, I used to read articles about every band. And I
Yeah.
remember that Motley Crue was in a stage where they were like, we really like Nine Inch Nails. Can we make like a industrial Motley Crue albums? Like, why don't you just make your another fucking project and just
Go
do that?
solo,
But no,
fuckface.
yeah, or do what Tommy Lee did and completely face first into a dry pool
Yeah.
with with his methods of mayhem or whatever the
Oh
fuck that
my
was called.
god,
That
dude,
was
that's great.
stupid as hell. But yeah, like so we're
Uh,
gonna do an actual Motley Crue record apparently from 1994, past the hair metal days, and I don't know anything about this one. Like this is
I don't
gonna
either.
be yeah, I'm going in just completely blind.
All I know is that John Corabi is the vocalist, and that the rest of the guys are there. Mick Mars, Tommy Lee, Nikki Sixx are there, and I have a friend who's a diehard Crew fan who despises this album. And I don't know if it's his loyalty to Vince Neil, you know how that goes, or if it's, for all I know, it's fucking better, because I think Vince Neil's he was okay early on, but man, he shredded his vocals, and he didn't, like, he wasn't like doing vocal exercises. He was just fucking drinking Jack Daniels and doing coke and jumping on stage. Look at him now. He's a fucking wreck. Poor guy.
Yeah.
But hey, for all I know, it's gonna be, this might be the only Crew album that I truly like. I liked some of the early stuff. I like a few songs here and there. Although, like we mentioned in the last episode, Girls School kicked their ass
Yes.
with their guitar gimmicks over Mick Mars. Anyway, we're gonna do Motley Crue, self-titled album, Motley Crue, featuring John Corabi on vocals, not Vince Neil. We'll see how it
All
goes.
right. All right. Well, that'll be next week. So tune in. Same bat time, same bat channel.
Do it,
For
people, do it.
all right. So we're gonna wrap this one up, and
Yep.
we will see you in another week.
Yeah, we're out of here, kids. Go listen to your albums, and feel free to send us albums. Go buy the merch at TeePublic. The link's all over the place. I'll put it here. Follow us, subscribe, share, let your friends know. Record a VHS tape of us and send it to your mom or something like that.
Yes.
All right, kids. We'll do it next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye.